Welcome to Rockville.
Holy time capsule, time machine, Batman. Look at this 1984 Kx250. This is an original unrestored bike. It has original engine, original fuel tank, original, most of the cycle parts, including the wheel sets on this, are all original. Very low hour classic. The tank is in beautiful shape for a 41-year-old Cowie tank. They usually turn all brown and scratched up. I have a really fond memory of this exact motorcycle because I graduated high school in 1984, and I wouldn't have graduated high school if it wasn't for this bike, because my mom made me a deal or a bet that she thought I would never win. I flunked every class in 11th grade except for the band in gym. I got straight A's, and but I flunked every other class, and I wasn't going to go back to school for 11th grade. And that's when I got a job at the gas station and was doing some shady shit and was on the fast track to Nowheresville. She said, if you go back to high school and get on the honor roll for 11th and 12th grade, I will buy you a brand new 250 motocross bike to graduate high school. And I remember the cost was $1,849. I remember what it cost. I got it from Midtown Kawasaki. I remember it was like Technicolor memories of Randy McCann driving it up the driveway, and things sounded so crisp and fresh. And this was the bike to have then. Jeff Ward was on a tear. Was a big Jeff Ward fan. He actually won the '85 Outdoor National Championship on a bike based on, similar to this 84 he helped develop. Look at the wheel sets on this. See the original wheel sets, original swing arm. There's no damp. The swing arm is in mint shape. The original chain sliders, original sprocket, original chain guide, the original foot pegs. The plastics, all except the front and rear fender, are original. Look how nice and clean that tank is. Super clean. Did put new graphics on it. I'm 95% sure it's original saddle. I can't say for sure because it came from us out of a collection of 23 bikes that we just bought a couple months ago with that seat cover on it. I believe these are the original handlebars, original kill switch. We did put a new set of ODI grips on it and a new quick adjust clutch perch on it. All the cables are original mint shape. I believe that's the original front number plate. That's definitely the original front. Kind of a cool era with Kawasaki. I mean, they had this really cool looking front fender brace here, and the rear fender has that really unique design that they only ran in ’84. Look at the linkage protector. It's original in mint. The shock protector is original in mint. The original rollers are in good shape. Look at how straight the pegs are. The pegs are in mint condition. The kicker is in beautiful shape. The brake lever, the swing arm, all the cycle parts, the original silencer. The engine case covers have been repainted. We did a compression test. It was 200 PSI. We ran a borescope in there. The cylinder looked mint. Original matching numbers, low hour bike. New fuel lines. The carb was rebuilt. New air filter was installed. It's got a new set of Boyson reeds on there, and the carb was rebuilt. Other than that, the engine's stock, and it runs amazing with 200 PSI compression. It's a wheelie machine. If you come around this side, you'll see it has the original chain guide on there, or chain countershaft sprocket protector. The original shifter's mint. The knurls aren't even worn off of it. The original peg looks like it came out of the box. The pegs are repainted. The frame rails were repainted, but the main frame has not been painted. You can see it still has original paint on the steer and stem. Excellent condition. The forks were rebuilt with new fork seals and new fork boots. And rubber dust seals. The fork lowers had all of the clear coat that was fading and chipping stripped off, professionally stripped off. The original wheel and spokes is in spectacular condition for a 46-year-old dirt bike. Has a brand new Michelin tire on the front Starcross. Still has the hairy nubs, new tube. We did put a new front fender on it. The original was scratched. The rear fender was replaced by the previous owner. As I said, the rest of the plastic looks to be original. The radiator's in good shape. The exhaust, like all dirt bikes, if you come around this side here, it's got dent right here, a couple dings down here, a small dent right here. It's not perfect. The previous owner had welded the bracket up here, so the pipe's not perfect. Could it be restored? Yes. You can put a PFR pipe on there or an aftermarket cone pipe or something to really dress it up if you want to, but that's the original exhaust silencer. New air filter, new gear oil, all the fluid, the brake fluid's been changed. That's original, factory original front brake line. You can see back in '84, they still had drum rear brakes. This would be a spectacular motorcycle for vintage racing. It hauls ass very, very, very fast. It's definitely putting down 40 horsepower, which is what they were rated for in that era. And oh, the rear shock was also rebuilt. I forgot to mention that. The rear shock was rebuilt, and the forks were rebuilt. The tires are new. The brakes were serviced. So fresh coolant, fresh gear lube. She's ready to rumble, guys. You can see it has new carb drain lines also to go with the new fuel line and the new reed valves. So just a spectacular classic time capsule that has somehow been spared the fate of most other dirt bikes like mine. Mine was destroyed by 85 or 86. It was junk, and then I got a CR500, and I've been in love with this 500s ever since. I'm bigger than the average motocross guy. You know, back then I was like 220. I've been as heavy as 250. I'm 220 right now, and I probably was better built for football than motocross. But when you're racing against a 150-pound guy and a 250 and you're 225, you really don't stand a chance, or it's a lot harder anyway. So once I got on the 500, they allowed the 250s and 500s to run together. As soon as I got on the 500, the first weekend on a CR500, I whole shot, and I won 9 out of the last 11 motos in '86, and then I got my expert plates in the fall of '86. I turned expert the same day that Doug Henry did and Todd Rashad at Middleborough, Massachusetts. I remember it like it was yesterday, but that was a lifetime ago. 41 years ago, I pulled one of these out of the Cowie dealer. I remember I had my rusty Toyota pickup. It had so much Bondo in it, it leaned to one side. It was a '70s rust bucket. I couldn't rub two nickels together, but I had this brand. I still remember driving over the Silas Dean Bridge with this in the back of my truck, feeling like I won lotto. And I did graduate high school with honors, which qualified me to go to TCI for Technical Careers Institute for electronics, and got a degree in electronics, and went on to open a computer company. And you know, at one point we did 10 million in sales with 54 employees. So I had a good run in the computer industry, and that paid for all this motorcycle stuff you see around here. If you're wondering where the money came from, it wasn't. Motorcycling and racing is kind of like they say, if you want to make a pile of money for motorcycles, you better start with a big pile. So I started with a big pile, dumped my whole life savings into racing, and you know, the transporter and the museum, and you know, all the bikes. But it all boiled down to this: the thought of a 16-year-old kid being able to have a brand new 250, and I definitely would not have gotten back to school. I would have stayed in the gas station doing my sketchy stuff, and you know, on the fast track to Nowheresville, partying. You know the deal: smoking and drinking and carousing and fighting. And I probably would be in prison or dead if my mom didn't say, "Get that." So I was actually thinking as I rolled this up, man, I should keep this thing and put it in my collection. But right now, that's just not in the cards. Eventually, I'll get one of these once my barn's done at the compound, and I got a spot to put it. I'm actually building a shelf up there. I'm going to put a GT80, a TM100, an RM100, and then a 250, probably this one here, and a CR. Some of the significant bikes, but this is I'm kind of you know, nostalgic about this one, because this was a significant part of my youth. I got this bike when I was 19 years old, so I was on the half-decade plan at high school, but I made it through. You know, the fast kids are on the 3-year plan. I was on the half-decade plan, but I made it through because of my love for motorcycles, and my mom, got rest in peace, you know, God bless her for seeing that the only way through to me was with 2 wheels and a 2-stroke 250. Not much has changed, but yeah, God bless her. So kick-ass piece. I'll have a full write-up of all the specs in the eBay ad. We haven't had a nice 84 this nice come through yet. I've looked in the videos. Tal, you don't recall us having one this nice, do you? Not a single one. Pretty rare bird in today's world. Look at how nice the original fuel tank is. It's like I said, normally discolored. Christy recreated the graphics, and she's a beauty. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.